Shit, y'all know what it is. Your man Hakeem Green, Channel Live and Direct. BDP all day, every day. All we do is spark Mad Ism right here on Mad Ism TV. We get it, Innington. You got to know what it is. Man, today's gonna be extra special. Extra special because I always like to bring family into the building. And this is somebody I consider family. He's embraced me as family, as a friend, early on. And it's a legendary, producer, DJ, MC, the legendary Diamond D of the mighty DITC crew. Yeah, he's going to be our guest today on Madison TV, episode 30. And we're going to get it in. We're going to chop it up, talk about some old times. But more importantly, we're going to get into some recent projects he's put out. The Dime Piece 1, the Dime Piece 2, and a current project he has out, a collab with Talib Kweli called Gotham. And we're going to get into all that, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to have a great time. But, I'm going to use this time to, put up a video so we can invite people to the conversation. We can promote, send this stream out into the world so people can join in and sit with a legend. And what we're going to do is I recently shot a video for a song that I have called Took a Test. Took a Test produced by Ron Lawrence. We shot the video up in Newark, New Jersey a few weeks ago, and I wanted to debut that. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to use this time to share the stream. So everybody out there that's already in the building, like, subscribe, get that in, of course, but also share, bring people to the conversation because this is going to be an important one. You don't want to miss this. All right, so with that said, we're going to go to Took a Test, which is going to be the debut, the official debut. Peace to my boy Naru, peace to Game Face, Growing Farm, DJ Bay, everybody involved. And with that said, let's go.
No KRS-One said, Hawk, you want to get down with BDP? You got to take this test. You know what I mean? I was ready. Here you go. Make some from nothing by uttering the word. Niggas don't get it? I must be stuttering from the herb. Y'all be cluttering in the burbs. Hovering with nerds. I'm trying to build shelter from the oncoming purge. Donald Trump is tripping. I'm trying to stave the surge. Do it for the bricks. With friends from Laughing Market merge. Get my brothers out the county. See the city reemerge. I'm trying to keep it straight. My people living on the curb. This motherfucker got the nerve. Must not have heard. I'm tired of the pimps pushing fees in the perbs. Fire with the bars, metaphors, and the verbs. I wanna see him go to college, not make him whores on the curb. So disturbed, so stay high as a bird. Niggas want to smoke, hit me up, you'll get served. I'm sick with technique, I'm ill with the maneuver. DJs want my effect like they were straight out the sewer. I talk, I'm a doer. Find me in the viewer. I'm so underground, you're just the Barbie in the sewer. I'm a grown man in this young world, I feel like I'm Rick the Ruler. I'm trying to get all these bars, but I'm not Robert Mueller. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail. Witty as can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, could never be stale. Took a test to become an MC and didn't fail. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail. Witty as can be and not for sale. I'm DMC to quickly blaze them with a run. Pressure on y'all, shrivel up, raising in the sun. I can blaze you with the gun, rather raise you like the one. In the hood y'all sweat it out, but I remain the champion. Smoky like the bear, bring fire to your camp. When I light up the air like wires on a lamp. Coke in your ear, hear the fire and get amp. I got that choke keeping near, always fire when I champ. My flow absolute style classic, got the proof. 0 to 100, know the ledge like the roof. Make them disappear out of thin air, they go poof. Facts come and go, Hakeem remains the truth. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail. Witty as can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, could never be stale. Took a test to become an MC and didn't fail. I drop jewels. Science, mathematics, language arts, social studies, lyrical gymnastics, style, charismatic, pragmatic with the sentence structure. Smile is aromatic, fanatic with the ism culture. Back to the subject, how I school MCs. I get checks off the blue cheese. UMCs, they used to call me powder, then I blew UNC. Taking y'all back to school like fools in truancy. I rock with the teacher like the board education. Fuck doc with the reefer, got a script for medication. Get A's for dedication on my way to graduation. Hand in hand like diplomas rolled up. Congratulations. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail. Witty as can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, could never be stale. Took a test to become an MC and didn't fail. The rhymes I say, sharp as a nail. Witty as can be and not for sale. Always funky fresh, could never be stale. Took a test to become an MC and didn't fail.
Pop, you want to get down with BDP? You got to take this test, nigga.
Keep that. Yeah. So that is Took a Test by Hakeem Green, produced by Ron Lawrence. No doubt. Big shout out to everybody involved with that project. You caught some celebs, some legends in the video, no doubt. And we'll talk about all that at another time, you know. But with no further ado, I want to bring the guest in, the legendary Diamond D, my friend.
What up, Hawk? What's good?
What up, Diamond?
All right, yeah.
Yeah, bro, this is so dope, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, bro. On the reach out, so far so good with this platform. I've gotten some legendary folks on here, so it's like, I've gotta have Diamond D involved. You somebody that I have a tremendous amount of respect for, very influential in my own career. When you embrace me, and I appreciate the embrace. When you embrace me and you allowed me to come build with you out in Jersey. I was working on some artists, and you were, blessing me with some work. I mean, it's blessing us with some work.
That's right.
Yeah, big shout out to Bananas. Big shout out to Sam Scarfo.
Yes.
And Grill Pimping them.
Bananas, right.
Yeah. So, it was like, man, I guess we about the same age, but you my big bro.
Yo, hold on, don't forget, you brought Benny Boom out there early.
Oh, early. Which, Benny was like the unofficial third member of Channel Live.
Sure.
And us being from Jersey, Denton and Young Z, and
right.
You was kind of like, you connected to a lot of my longtime family and friends, just separate from what we was doing. So when we came out with Benny, Benny was connected to Channel Live as well. But the folks that you had around you,
right,
was our people, like for real. So, but I just want to salute you for coming on the joint. And so what I like to do though, because Madism is about the cannabis, of course. I see you blowing it down where you at. Of course. I'm getting mine ready. Right. But it's also about hip hop culture's importance to the expansion of cannabis.
Right. Okay. That's right.
Yeah,
I'm here for that.
Yeah. And just so I like to set the tone of, from a cultural aspect, when we talk about hip hop, what influenced you early on from a cultural standpoint?
From a cultural standpoint, I would say it was the DJ. That was my first love, as far as hip hop is concerned. The DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I was just fascinated by the breakbeat DJ specifically. You know what I mean? The DJs who would find these records with these little 5 to 8 second drum loops, and just keep them going. Shouts out to Grandmaster Flash, who was the first one to really do that on time. But those are my first influences in the culture. Just the DJ.
Right. Now you said on time, right?
Yeah.
And just give people
because I wasn't there, but they said Kool Herc would just throw the joints on, like he just throw it on like with no timing.
Right.
And Flash was the first one to actually cut on time. You know what I mean? And that's why, you know, Flash said a lot of his earlier parties, people would just stand around and watch because they had never seen that before.
Right. So how old were you when you first started like soaking in hip hop culture separate from
10
what
10
our
years old.
parents?
10 years old. 10
And,
years
and,
old.
and describe the feeling, bro. I need to we need to feel that. Where was you at? Who was there? Because you grew up with legends. So
Right. Well, I was in Forest Projects, you know, but you know, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. You know, I lived in Forest Projects, and that was the projects where we had a basketball court called the Blue Courts. You know what I mean? And a lot of DJs and hip hop groups would come there. So, you know, all I had to do was go downstairs behind my building, and that's where I saw people like Grand Wizard Theodore, Busy B Starsky, Lovebug, Mean Gene. You know what I mean? The Furious Five. You know, Scorpio lived across the street.
wow.
You know, so I just happened to be right in the middle of it. And you know, I would stand by the ropes all day, you know, try to get a glimpse of what was in the crates. You know, I'm a little dude though, you know, but you know,
Okay, not because
you know what I mean?
we got a
Yeah.
photo. You got a photo that's I guess featured on one of the Dime Piece projects.
Yeah.
Right, which and you had to like the hi-fi stereo joint,
Yeah.
the wooden cabinets.
All right, stop playing.
Yeah, right. So you got it's the 70s. You got that 70s.
You know, that long wooden joint, you would lift it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stop playing.
Right. Was it the TV too in that motherfucker?
Right. All that shit.
Right. But that
All
just,
that
for me, that's like, that was such a great example of the love that you have for the music.
Right.
And for you to bring that picture back, right? Bring that in. Like, this is where I was when you was probably maybe 6, 7 years old, 8 years old.
Right. Now at that point, hip hop is not out yet. But you know, I'm still like, you know, into music. My mom would buy me 45, you know, joints like that. But yeah.
Well,
you know,
let's talk about your parents then, like your mom's, having that around in the house and how her music was important to her and how you fed off what was important to her.
Right.
And that, like, because that's, nowadays it's such a generational gap. And, thanks to brothers like yourself and the whole digging in the crates, that's going back to our parents' generation to keep them alive, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, to keep them alive. So to talk about music in your household early.
You know, my mom, she listened to a wide variety, you know, of course, Teddy Pendergrass, Marvin Gaye, you know, she was in the Roy Ayers, Melba Moore, the Beatles.
Wow.
You know, it's, you know, her and her brother, my Uncle Gary, you know, specifically him, because he had the funky joints.
Parliament Funkadelic,
and all that, right.
You know
what I mean? In fact, like, you know, once I started looking for break beats, I went to him, and he had them all, but he didn't have them for the break beats. He just had them, you know, just for the music on the whole album. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was my influences. You know what I mean? Coming up.
Yeah, and you keep mentioning the break beat, right? And how your uncle, you know, he had the joints, but he had the record for the record. He ain't have it for the break beat, right? Right. But now, like, that's something like DXT breaks down, like, you know, like what hip hop is and when did hip hop actually start. And he says it was like late 60s, because there was a generation of b-boys before him that the break beat was their thing. So there's this whole culture that grows out of the focus on the break beat. And you just mentioned it a few times already, how the break beat, listening for the break beat, your uncle got these records, whatever, but we're listening for the break beat.
Right.
Talk about the break beat and how important that is to your understanding of hip hop culture. Well,
to my understanding, the break beat was extended so the MC could rap. You know what I mean? And plus, you know, according to Grandmaster Flash and Grandmaster Caz and Melly Mel and Scorpio and Theodore and all the legends that I grew up respecting, and at some point became friends with all of them. They all said that the B-boys would wait for that one part of the record, and then they would go crazy. Whether it's Apache back then or the Mexican, joints like that, Frisco Disco, whatever. They wait for that one part to come. And like I said, Flash was the first one that I was told, and I believe, to extend it. But that's the history of the breakbeat. You know what I mean? It was used as a platform for MCs to get their shit off.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
And hold on, and touch on one thing about my uncle, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had the Bob James 2 album, which we all know is to Take Me to the Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't have it for that record.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He was just into the music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, that would be a good example of how I came into a lot of my earliest joints. My uncle had them, but he didn't have them for breakbeats because he wasn't really into hip hop. He just had a vast knowledge of music.
Yeah.
And a deep record collection.
Yeah. I'm similar. I never developed the DJ skill like that. I wasn't nice with the hands like that.
Right.
But in terms of like being in the family of music, my Uncle Ronnie, he had all the record, he had all the early stuff.
Right.
My Uncle Cookie was a bass player. He was heavy in the jazz.
Okay.
So I was around it.
You was around it, right?
I was around the music, but then when this hip hop thing came, before we was calling it hip hop, it was just a different way to interpret sound, a different way to interpret how to, and this is like I'm no, in terms of an instrumentalist, I wouldn't say my knowledge of music is probably more extensive than the average person, but compared to yourself and the other dedicated diggers, I'm very limited. Just the knowledge of music, how important reading liner notes, seeing you have a producer, but then you have a programmer, and you have a percussionist, and you have strings, and you have horn, and everybody's giving credit for that. Like talk about that experience as a part of the digging, how it added to your knowledge, your expansive knowledge.
Well, as far as digging is concerned, you start off buying old funk records, old soul records, and then at some point you expand on other genres of music. So in regards to myself, finding other genres of music that still had funky joints on them, it expanded my knowledge of groups, of music. That's just a natural progression. If you were out there digging back then, you take a song like Scratching or I Can't Stop. Those are like famous break beats, but those are disco records. The Mexican is a rock record. You know what I mean? So once you were immersed in it, you were definitely exposed to other genres of music by default.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, you being a DJ, the talent and skill, like the recall to be in the mix at a party, whatever, you would got the parties up, it's all this ambiance going on, the energies, whatever, and you go, oh, I know what's next. And the part in the joint. Now, the digital world is different now. You could just look slide it. But you come from the world and now you gotta know where it is on the fucking wax. Right. You gotta drop the needle right on it. Yeah, like that to me, like that recall is just amazing to me. And not only to recall it, to be able to keep the party going, blend it in the right way or cut it in the right way. So, not to, I ain't ask you to give me no secrets and nothing like that, but like just the dedication to the craft, like to just talk about that. So producers and DJs understand that it just ain't about playing records. Right. Well, like I said, it at that point in hip hop,
before the samplers. You know, it's just like with for an example, let's use Run DMC with Jam Master Jay and the song Walk This Way. That song originated from them cutting a break beat, which was a rock record.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a 2-bar loop at the beginning of the song, and Jay would just keep it going, and Run DMC would do their routines. You know what I mean, based on that, and you know that shit turned into a record for them. You know what I mean? So that would be a good example of a breakbeat that, you know, Run said he didn't even know it was Aerosmith. They used to call the record Toys in the Attic because that's the name of the album. So he would say, yo, Jay, throw on that Toys in the Attic track.
Wow.
You know what I mean? He didn't even know it was called Walk This Way.
Wow.
You know?
That's crazy. And the way I heard the story is they didn't actually want to do it. Like when they did, they didn't like it.
I can see that too.
And Russell had to kind of twist their arm, like, "Yo, this is the move," and you know, and no doubt because stories. Okay, you say?
You know, and also, you know, at that point in hip hop, 82, 83, that, you know, the idea of merging hip hop with rock was like, you know, what the fuck are we doing? You know, but in hindsight, like I said, a lot of break beats were rock records.
Yeah.
You know, the Mexican Babe Ruth, Keep Your Distance by Babe Ruth. I can hear you calling by 3 Dog Night. I could just ramble, and that's what I use for Best Kept Secret. You know what I mean? You know, that's a rock record. But I just caught that quick drum loop off of that shit. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on about.
No, you're not rambling. You're not rambling at all. You know, I think you're just dropping jewels on people because you know the that skill, just the creative. Now I'm a creative, but to be able to channel that creativity to making, you know, tracks and then, you know, producing for yourself as well as for others is just you know, it's just an amazing gift, and you know you gotta honor that. So you know now you know we just gonna skip a whole bunch because you know you've been doing a lot of stuff recently that needs to be talked about and you know some light shine on it. You know,
no doubt.
You're definitely someone who, you know, from the foundation, you know, all the way up, you know, has represented, always been a part of the culture from the underground, commercial success, no doubt. But then, you know, you come in 2014 with the Dime piece. And so like what inspired that project? What made you go, you know what, I need to do a Diamond D piece and have collaborative efforts and put out something like that? What inspired?
Right. Well, you know what? I wanted to do an album where I can get my beats off and still fuck with the MCs that I respect and like. You know what I mean? And you know, I just said, you know what? I got relationships with all these artists. You know, let me just invest in myself. You know what I mean? And that's how it started. Shouts out to my man DJ Big X from the Coalition DJs in Atlanta. He was one of the first to kind of talk me into it. You know what I mean? And shout out to Kid Capri, who actually gave me the name of the Don piece, you know, for the trilogy. The third one, the Don piece 3, I got like 18 songs already.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start narrowing them shits down to like maybe like 12.
Wow, because you had,
but you know, yeah,
you had 19 on the first one. That's like it's a nice ride right there.
Yeah, 18.
It's 18.
Yeah.
That was a very nice ride, and you know, like let's talk about some of the songs, like the Pharaoh Monch joint is fucking. Monch is just goddamn.
Talking about rap life.
Yeah. You start the project off like that, and you know, it's like, you know,
we got a history.
Legendary shit.
We got a history. Me and Monch, we go back to his first album with The Light. You know, and he had a song called The Truth with him, Common, and Talib. I did that too.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But The Light was one of his singles.
Wow.
So yeah, we go back. We got history. And then I also did a track on his album called Shine a few years later after that. So we've always collaborated.
Right. Now, OC is digging in the crates as well.
Correct.
And and they fucking just killed the game with Fudge Pudge.
Mm.
So that combination, is that how the minds thing connected, or was it like, nah, just
Nah, I met them at, I believe, Flavor Unit offices. At one
Really?
time, Organized Confusion, I believe they would be managed or looking into management from Flavor Unit. But I definitely met them out there. You remember when Flavor Unit was rent out of that firehouse?
in Jersey City? Now, when we were signed at Flavor Unit in 2000, we put out the Armageddon project. They were still
Okay.
there. It's on, I
Okay.
think it's called Morgan Street, right there off of Grove. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I used to see like I caught them on Video Music Box.
Mm.
That's the first time I got exposed to Organized Confusion.
Right.
And have my, I was a fan out the gate. And then,
right.
Maybe, I don't know, it might have been the same time when we were first got signed to Chris in 93, the front page to Chris and Simone. They used to come through. I think they were looking for management as well at the time.
Right.
That's why I got to know them. No, actually, I'm wilding. First time I met them was before I saw the video. They did a promo show in Dallas, Texas. And I used to dance for an artist named Princessa. So I was just out in the clubs in Dallas dancing. Yo, you got to be from New York. I know you from New York. We start kicking, and then I see them on Video Music Box. Like, oh, yeah. So it's just the love for Pharoah Monch as a lyricist, and of course, Poe as well.
Right.
But like he starting off your project, like he comes with that joint, and Pharoah Monch got styles galore.
Right.
He on this one, he's kind of just tap. How'd you get him to? Because I'm used to how did you get him to settle down in the joint?
No, you don't tell Monch what to do. You just send him the joint and let him paint his own picture. You know what I mean? So I didn't really have no direction, concept wise.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But he did what he did. He did what he did to it, and then I created the hook around that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
No
doubt. You guys got the Talib, Sky Zoo, LZ joint. That's fire.
Where's the love?
Where's the love? I gotta pull up the track listing so I could run down joints, and we could just talk about them, because
no doubt.
We want to bring people into the Diamond D experience. You know what I mean? You're just one of those guys that's like so legendary, but then at the same time so fucking real, bro. And I don't know how you maintain that modesty, because a lot of people aren't like that. I don't know.
I be on my bullshit sometimes, but for the most part, I show reserve for the most part.
Yeah, no, because I catch the wave off social media. You know what I mean?
Right.
You where you at? I'm down here. So I catch the wave off social media, and you always shining, brother. You traveling the world. It's always a great thing to see where you at. But you're Diamond, and you're the same guy.
No doubt.
Yeah. It's nothing. Fat Joe, Chi Ali, and Bumpy Knuckles.
That's right. Yeah. How'd you like that joint?
I loved it. It. First of all, you got Chi Ali on there.
Right.
And I think that's like, was that one of the first joints he did when he came home?
Yeah, that's right.
Let's talk about that. Talk about that.
You know what? I reached out to Chi. I'm like, yo, shit, I got this joint with Fat Joe. You know what I mean? Get on some Bronx shit and jump on there. And then, I sent him the joint. He blessed it. Fox was the first one to lay his verse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fox kills it all the time. You know what I mean? Yo, that's a good example of like what the Don P series are all about. Bringing MCs together that you might not necessarily hear. You know what I mean? Normally, rhyming on joints together.
Yeah, well, like Chi Ali, we all know his story. If you don't, Google it.
Right.
Chi Ali. It's a story of redemption.
Yeah.
It's a story of it's a real life story. you know, and to see him rise above, do his thing. I've run into him a few times.
Right.
I love that brother, you know, and I wish him nothing but the
Yeah.
best. So to have him on that project for me was just really, really dope, man.
Mhm.
And of course, you know, Bumpy Knuckles, man. He's a
Of
fucking
course.
come on,
Right.
General
Yeah.
Fat Joe, the legend.
Mm.
You got Pump Your Brakes, Rhapsody, Stacey Epps, and Boog Brown.
That's right. Yeah, got the females on there. Shouts out to my girl Rhapsody. Shouts out to Boog Brown and Stacey Epps.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah, it's one of my favorite joints on the Don piece, on the first Don piece.
Yeah, and you got we are the people of the world, corrupt and the alcoholics.
That's right. Mm.
Which reminds me,
okay,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
What? Let's go.
My people.
My people. That's right.
Hakeem Green, Lloyd Jamar, and J Live.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna have to put that on the Don piece 3.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, at the time, that sample was like, should I clear it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, we still got it on deck.
Yeah.
Still got it on deck.
Okay. But you know, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, no doubt.
So you know,
I still got the files though. You know.
Yeah, and I'm saying if you need the God to do something different and update it, let me know. Let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, like Corrupt in the licks. That's like my generation right there.
Right.
You know, in terms of West Coast artists, very it's just fucking.
How that worked out was it was supposed to be just the licks, but Corrupt was in the studio that day. You know what I mean? So he jumped on it.
That's nice. That's nice because
Yeah,
it's like I'm like licks Corrupt. I'm fans.
Yeah.
Fans.
Yeah.
And again, real people down to earth, always down to work, and that's
right.
For that to come together like that is just a testament of the energy. When the energy is right,
right.
it's all good. And like you got history with the licks. So
definitely.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna skip over some.
Okay.
Big shout out to High Tech, big shout out to Knots, Heads Up, and Vanity. But yeah, I mean, to God, Granddaddy IU though.
Man, the game. Motherfuckers love that song, yo.
Yeah, I do.
And the video.
I do, yeah. That shit was righteous. It's righteous,
right.
righteous. Yeah,
right.
It's righteous. And is another person who definitely, in the annals of rap lore, Granddaddy IU is fucking. He's in the mix, like heavy, hard body. And I did a show last month in New York, and he was there, and it was such a privilege to be able to rock for him.
Right,
that shit, like legend.
Legend. Yeah, that's why I reached out to him. Plus, I knew he was still nice.
Yeah, he just put something out. He's got something out right now. Yeah. Big shout out to Granddaddy IU.
Yeah, shout out to IU. He stays active.
Yeah. Where's the love? Talib Kweli, Skyzoo LZ. We picked that up. See, you talk about producers who also spit them bars. You got Pete Rock up on this piece, B.
Right.
That is the only way to go.
Only way to go. Yeah.
Now is that the first project you guys?
Nah, Pete round on the drink together on my second album called Pains and Strife. That was on the album Hatred, Passions, and Infidelity. But it was me, him, and Phife Dawg actually.
And how long have you and Pete been friends? How long have you known each other?
Since 92.
Wow.
92, yeah.
That's crazy.
Late 92. That's when we met.
Yeah. It's like the Diamond DP Rock is just names that just ding 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 ding, just ring them bells. And see y'all work together. It's like people go, oh, niggas don't collaborate enough. I don't know what's wrong with the East Coast. Motherfuckers don't work together. Like that shit's not true. Dime P series. Check it.
Right.
No doubt.
All day.
We big shout out to Scram Jones. I ain't the one to fuck with.
Big Scram. Another triple threat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Producer, DJ, MC. No doubt.
Shouts out to my man Scram. Word up.
But we gotta take some time. Rest in peace, Black Rob.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
And it was beautiful to see you go and see the brother.
Yeah,
that was beautiful, bro.
that's right. Yeah, you know, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We you check on people that you fuck with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
that's what I mean by that. You've always been that guy, quiet, no rah rah rah, just real, and you show up, and it's a beautiful thing. Like that was a testament to you as a man, as a person, as a brother in hip hop, and
right.
I appreciated that. That stuck with me. That's why memories there. Like I was like, damn, that's dope.
No doubt.
So let's talk about that song right there. Take them off the map.
Take them off the map. Yeah, I really wanted Rob. I really wanted Rob on that joint. That might have been like the third beat I sent him. The first two, he was like, "Yo, send me something, send me something." So when he got that, I blocked some studio time out at the spot I was using in Harlem, and he came, did it like in 2 takes. Then that was it. You know what I mean? Damn, Rob was real special.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Streets loved him, and the lyricists fucked with him.
Hell yeah, we had him on our Armageddon album. He blessed us on a joint with Latifah called Temptation, and he caught a body. He caught a body. So he definitely everybody loved Black Rob.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was definitely dope. Yeah, man. So you got Jose Feliciano.
All right.
Man.
Yeah.
You got Payne with the brother Chino XL, my homie from East Orange, New Jersey, and Andre Barnes.
Yeah, him and AG. That's one of my favorite joints on the first album too, on that first Dime Piece joint too.
That's right, AG from Showbiz and AG. Let's get it right. Another legendary MC. You know what I'm saying? Foundational. You know what I mean? You gotta respect Showbiz and AG. Andre the Giant, no doubt. And the Magic with the Alchemist, another double threat, triple threat,
right?
Triple threat,
right?
Big shout out to
evidence, no doubt. Yeah.
Let the music talk. Kev Brown, 187 with Raz Kaz and Guilty Simpson.
Right.
To two more some dope ass fucking MCs.
Yeah.
And so bringing up MCs, right? Just what do you love about MCing, and what do you listen for in MCs?
Punchlines, and like the wit. Not just saying a bunch of shit that rhyme but don't really mean nothing. You know what I mean? Some of my favorite MCs, Black Thought, Jay, Nas, Big Pun, Jada Kiss, Styles P, the Locks period. Shit. Raz Kaz, Corrupt, Planet Asia. I can ramble off just a bunch of nice MCs. You yourself. Of course, Lord Finesse, Big L, rest in peace. Big Pun, rest in peace. Eminem, Grandmaster Caz. It's a long line.
Yeah. Big L. Just how big of a loss was that for hip hop?
Wow. What can you say? You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't here long enough to see the rewards of his fruits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The album went gold. It might be platinum now. You know what I mean? And I think Dame Dash, I said they were thinking about signing him to Rockefeller. So who knows where he would be right now.
Yeah. I caught him at that was that 92 music seminar show at Studio 54. No, excuse me, Roseland.
That's back when they had the laminates. You would go inside and send somebody outside with extra laminate and keep doing that to everybody get in.
Yeah, Def Jam did a party at Palladium. I was at Kinko's around the corner, knocking off. I was getting it in, selling them jokers for $100 a pop. He was getting it.
No questions asked.
Big shout out to Def Jam. I had to get it in though.
Them Def Jam Christmas parties used to be nice.
Yeah, that was a great time. And just the 90s was like, it was a thriving culture in corporate. I can't confuse the two, because there's the culture,
right?
There's corporate, but there was a time when enough of the culture was in corporate to really kind of mold what shit needed to feel like and how it needed to sound or whatever. So in New York, it was like a party there's like 3-4 parties every night, and you hitting all them joints. But it's business in these parties. Niggas is networking, just
definitely
building. Projects is getting born at the bar. You know what I mean? Like, it was a real vibrant time. So anyway.
The tunnel days.
Whew, there's a picture of me and you at the tunnel.
Oh yeah. That's my picture. That's my picture.
That's your picture, bruh.
And guess what?
I see it on social media.
And guess what?
What's that?
That's the same night when Wyclef approached me and said, "Yo, can you send me some beats?"
Wow.
It was the same. It was that same night, and that led to me working on the Fugees joint. Just a small footnote, but it was that same night.
Yeah. But that just again goes to show the business that was being done at the spot. Like we was partying, having a good time, but it was work. It was a part of. But it was again
networking.
It was networking, but it was people who were actually from the culture who were in positions to make decisions. So you get ARs up in there, you get promo guys up in there, marketing guys is up in there, as well as the streets. So it's just it's just made for a different feel. Right. Now, it should be real corporate. And, I think the streets, because of the internet, because of social media, because of technology, has kind of downsized everything. The streets now has its kind of own thing where the corporate is like, if you really go get the streets and win in the street, you can control your corporate mechanism. And it wasn't always like that. I guess big shout out Master P and Cash Money was the early pioneers of restructuring how deals were being done. It's a great look. But all that said, we had the dime piece too.
Right.
Yeah. And what year was this? This was 2019. 19. And you got
now hold on. Now what are the standout joints to you from that?
Well, again, Pharoah Monch, you can't. The Snoop joint was very different. The Snoop case, it was different.
Right.
It was different. Like it's dope. It stood out to me, but it's different. And I remember, I guess when you recorded that, when you shouted it out, you mentioned it, and that stood out. LZ got bars galore, so I can't lose.
LZ, no doubt. No doubt.
I mean, Three Kings, of course.
The producer spitting.
Man. So what's your favorite joints on the album? What stands out to you?
It's hard. I mean, the intro track of my man Snooze, the Pharaoh track, the boot camp click joint, the OC joint,
the Talib Nico joint is very dope.
Of course.
Yeah, that shit's hot.
Yeah.
I seen them perform that. Down here in Miami, they performed it and blew me away. Yeah. I mean, you got, again, the quadruple threat, Tony Touch terminology, doo-wop.
The hit. I got a video for that. I got to finish it.
Yeah. So, like, coming into this project, like, what was the approach different from the first one?
Same approach, you know, banging beats and just pairing up MCs that you wouldn't normally hear. You know, like another good example, the Styles P and Exhibit joint. You know what I mean? Children of the Ghetto. That joint right there is serious.
So, you just have, like, you just create and you collect, you collect a series of tracks, and you like got them laying around. Like, let me, this so and so
Well,
sounds good on this. So,
not,
or
not,
do, or
not,
do, or do.
not necessarily laying around. You know, some I just make up on the spot.
Okay, yeah,
You know
that's
what
what
I
I'm saying.
mean? But
Do you have like artists in mind and let me create for them, as opposed to, like how much of the album was that? Was it like, yo, nah, you know what? Let me restructure something. Like, cause again, the Snoop joint,
right,
like that got the that's Case.
on the hook, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah. You know who I thought it was when I heard it?
No, who?
Akon.
Oh, okay. Nah.
Initially, then I had to go back to it.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
but like that's such a different way to hear Snoop.
Right,
That shit was mad.
It's still West Coast, but it's like East Coast, but it's like West Coast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's it's a different joint. It's different.
Yeah.
It's very, very dope.
Right.
Yo, big shout out to Attica. Love this Diamond D legend, Diamond D and the Psychotic Neurotics classic.
All right.
Yeah. Dark Matter. Ross Sevens in the building. My cousin Tanya's in the building. JT, Aaron is in the building. AD Nickerson, peace.
Cool.
Left Guns in the building, no doubt.
All right. But yeah, that was love. That was love for Snoop to come aboard and shit. I got a chance to spit. I got a chance to spit with my man Snoop Dogg and all that.
how that? I mean, how you just reached out? You run into him somewhere?
I reached out to him like, yo, I'm working on a joint. I want, he said, yo, send me some music. So I sent him the first joint, and he didn't respond. Like he didn't hit me back. So I'm like, oh shit, So I said, okay, cool. So then I went back and I made the joint from scratch that wound up being used on the album. I sent them that, and then maybe like 3 days later, he sent me the vocals.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? So all this time I'm thinking like, oh, he don't want to fuck with me. It wasn't that. He was just waiting to hear something that, he want. Nice. And, I'm an artist too, so niggas send me shit. I be like, if I love it, I'll fuck with it. If I don't love it, it don't mean I don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I made that joint up from scratch. I sent it to him, and then about 3 days later, he sent me the vocals. And at first I was trying to get somebody else to jump on there with him, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna get on there with him. Fuck that. You know what I mean? And then I shot it to Case, and Case blessed it, and then on to the next song.
Yeah, I love that joint. I love that joint. That shit was dope, no doubt.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so we got Afro, god damn, and Twister. Hold up.
Crazy. Afro like 23.
Yeah, he's an incredibly talented artist.
He held his own on there with Twister.
Creative genius,
which is not easy to do.
No, because Twister is another creative genius who's legendary with hits fucking forever.
Yeah. Twister's an alien. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anybody to rhyme that fast, but it all makes sense.
Yep.
It ain't just fast gibberish, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
But young Afro, he held his own on there. Yeah. One of my favorite joints.
Wow, man. This is so, you got the Dime Piece 1, you got the Dime Piece 2. You're just about done with the Dime Piece 3.
Right.
That's coming.
Right.
But you just did a collaborative project with Mr. Talib Kweli.
Gotham. That's right.
Yeah. You know, Talib is like, that's my brother.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
he's my brother. And known him for like, you know, I guess Madism might have been out, but they weren't out. Black Star wasn't out, but he was making his rounds on the underground scene. Underground, his buzz was crazy.
Right.
And he had
the Black Star album and all that.
Yeah. But before that,
before that, right.
right. But then they had the bookstore.
That's right, in Brooklyn,
in Kuru. Right there off Flatbush. You know, it's
right
like
there.
Flatbush in 5th or Flatbush in 6th or something like that.
Okay.
And so I you know, I know the brothers extremely intelligent.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Like the brother is rooted, strong roots, you know. And you know, I actually watched the interview you guys did what you did for his show.
That's right.
And you know, I'm always impressed by Talib. You know, he's dope. So how far back does your relationship with Talib go?
You know, back in the 90s, before he had made a name for himself, he attempted to drive to my house in Jersey to hear some beats. So he told me he stole his mom's car. But then the car stalled on the fucking Verrazano Bridge in the middle of a snowstorm or some crazy shit. Coming from Brooklyn to Jersey. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. But the first time we hooked up on a song together, that was on Pharaoh Monch's first album, Internal Affairs. You know what I mean? On that song called The Truth.
Pharaoh Monch.
Right. It was Talib and Common. That was the first time. And then we connected on the first Dime piece, on the second Dime piece, and then on the Gotham joint.
Yeah. This project is mean, bro. Right? It's called Gotham. Can you explain that concept of, you know, why is it called Gotham? What was that about?
Well, Talib was staying in L.A. You know what I mean, around the time when he asked me to send him some beats. I guess he had been out in L.A. doing his podcast, People's Party. So I sent him maybe 9 joints, and then I flew out there a few days later to actually do the podcast. So when I got there, I said, "Okay, which one of those joints, you know, you feeling?" He was like, "1." I rounded 8 of them. You know what I mean? And he said, you know, the beats made him feel like, you know, like New York. You know, it just put him in that frame, you know, of just New York East Coast boom bap. You know, so I guess being out in LA, as long as he was out there to get a package of beats that just took him back home. You know what I mean? So, you know, like I said, the next time I saw him, he had 8 joints done already.
And now, wait, you said you sent the beats to him, and then you went to go see him. How long after? I
would say maybe about 5 days later.
Wow.
About 5 days later.
So he was on it. He was focused. So you sent him some joints. He got 8 joints done.
Yeah. But you know what, yo, you an MC. You know, if the joints hit you like that, then you want to black out to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, it's focused. You know,
it's
because you sent them the joints. Are you sending them the joints with the purpose of recording when you got out there, or the purpose was they were gonna be done, or you just?
You know, he said he was working on some shit. I don't know what the fuck he was working on. I just sent them some joints. You know what I mean? Try just to get on the project, and then it actually wound up turning into our project.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And here you got, you know, Sons of Gotham is the title. Well, it's the
lead
title track.
off.
I was at the lead off track. Thank you.
Right. Yeah.
Olympic is crazy. It's just crazy.
Nice.
You got the quiet one with the legendary
Buster Bus. Yeah.
Can we talk about that brother for a second? because
Oh,
he's
man.
he's a magnificent person.
Yeah, shit. We recorded that I think at shit. What was it called? Quad, I think. It was at Quad. That was one of the last joints that we recorded for the album right before the pandemic hit. You know what I mean?
Boom.
So at this time, Buster he's playing the ELE2 album for us. It hadn't even dropped yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once Buster heard the beat, he was like, "Yo, I want to get on this joint right here." You know what I mean? And he went upstairs and he did it. We were in the studio maybe 3 floors down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah,
yeah,
definitely one of my favorite joints, the Quiet One.
Amazing. On Mamas.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Talib, doing what he do. Definitely New York based. If you seen the video, we shot it in New York right before the pandemic hit.
Mm.
And he got a lot of New York MCs in there, cameos. Not New York, just tri-state. Let's say that. You know what I mean? Because he definitely has some Jersey representatives in the video, but it's just basically a homage to New York City.
Yeah.
The
In Due Time.
That's my favorite joint.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out to Nari All Day.
Nari All Day. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She blessed that.
Yeah. Pick Your Head Up with John Forte.
Big John back in effect.
Now, I got that's my brother right there. That's my brother. Washington Square Park. That's all I said. Him, rest in peace, Mums. Mums the word. Wyclef and it's a bunch of people.
Yeah. You want to hear something? I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy, and it makes sense. But before any of them were known, Talib and John Forte were in a group together. You know what I mean? So, to be in a group with somebody all the way back then, you know what I mean? And then to come full circle all these years later and connect. I didn't even know they was in the group.
I knew both of them at that time.
Right.
Or maybe I'm just misremembering. But Washington Square Park was just such an important place for a lot of, folks in the culture. And John Forte was, one of the folks out there regularly spitting them bars.
Yeah.
And we'd be in the cypher getting it in. And so, even when the Fuji's things popped off, for me, it all made sense because everybody's rolling together.
Right.
But I did miss him and Talib in a group together. And that's extremely dope.
Yeah.
That's extremely dope.
Yeah.
What's it? Let me put this up. Piece I was listening to You Can't Front earlier today on my iPhone while walking past Fat Joe's store on Broadway.
Yeah. As a joint with me and Sadat X and Lord Finesse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right.
So, and we got the I'll Tell You Later featuring Nico.
That's right.
And Nico is. That's my brother out of Orlando. Want to shout him out. We actually I'm doing an event with the Lowlifes on the 28th.
Okay.
And he's gonna be rocking with us.
Yeah.
And Nico is. I'm doing a Madism Cypher the day after in Orlando with a bunch of Orlando MCs. So you gotta check out for that.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And then you know we ended off with the Fold featuring Diamond D.
Yeah. Hold on, don't skip over Chillin' While Black.
Oh, Chillin' While Black. No, don't. So
man, stop playing, yo.
Sorry. You know, it's the weed. Blame it on the weed. Don't blame it on the heart. Yeah.
You gotta get it together over there, Daddy.
Yeah. Chillin' While Black. And you got to talk about that because that's so apropos to how we live every single day, where you know we can't really do a goddamn thing. So talk about that because it's like Chillin' While Black, but it's a bunch of other stuff going on there too. Talk about that.
I mean, it's self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want everybody to, go over to YouTube and check the video out, Chillin' While Black by Gotham. You know what I mean? It's self-explanatory. Just the way Black people have been treated in this country and still are treated in this country. Going over 450 years, longer than that. You know what I mean? So I ain't got to rant about that. We all know what it is.
Yeah,
George Floyd, George Floyd, Eleanor Bumpers,
all the way
Tamir
down.
Rice,
Yeah,
all the way down. Trayvon Martin,
Emmett Till.
You know what I mean?
Don't stop.
Emmett's the one that made the papers. How many didn't? You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. It's whole. They call it the Devil's Punch Bowl. I think it's in. I don't know if it's. I think it's in Tennessee, where it was a after slavery, a bunch of slaves are basically collected and had no place to go. You might be talking about hundreds, maybe over 1,000 people, men, women, children, babies, right? And they just slaughtered all these people and turned it into a grave. And now I think it's like a peach tree grove, but nobody eats the fruit because they know what fertilized the soil. And that's
it's believable.
Yeah, no, that's real. And that story times like it's innumerable amounts of stories of that going on up until today. And Chillin' While Black is just it frames it perfectly.
No doubt.
And again, with Talib, bro, I've seen him put down the work for a very long time. So his artistry and the way he uses his voice, I'm a fan of it. And
no doubt.
And you know where I come from. So yeah,
that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yep. And then we said I'll tell you later what Nico is in the Fold featuring Diamond D.
Right.
The triple threat, no doubt.
There you go.
Yeah, bro.
That's what's up, Rod.
Yeah, man. It's I appreciate you. And I appreciate your work, your inspiration. Everybody knows who Diamond D is and what you mean to the culture. But again, you move like, Dark Gable. That nigga Diamond D were like, oh shit, Diamond D was here? Yo, Diamond D was here, nigga. Yes, sir. Yeah.
You see me, you don't.
Yeah. Now, at one point, I gotta talk about this because he's one of my favorite people, and that's Jamal from Illegal.
Okay.
Yeah, you had a project with him at one point. I ran into Atlanta, and you was playing me some joints, and I was overwhelmed, bro, because like he held me down in some tight situations. In Atlanta, he was rolling. Yo, it's just the garden. Nah, nigga, nah. I'll tell you right now, it ain't going down. It's the Hakeem right here. It's shit. Like, yeah, nah, I was like, okay.
Where at?
Man, I have no idea. It's one of them. This is like back in the fucking 90s, like 96, 97.
Right.
Somewhere down there. But,
yeah. Shout out to Molly G.
Molly G. Yeah, so it's like, again, you're a real dude and you keep real people around you and you're always the same person. We appreciate you, bro.
No doubt, man. Thanks for having me up here, man.
Man, love you, bro. And yo, this is Madism TV. You just sat in with the legendary Diamond D. And y'all make sure y'all go cop Dime Piece 1, 2, the Gotham Project, and look out for Dime Piece 3 coming at you real soon.
Yeah.
Hakeem Green, yo, we out of here.
Salute.
Peace.
Peace.